Your host, Tiba. And if you are a business owner and you're looking to drive more eyeballs to your website, to generate more leads, to generate more sales, to create more profit, then you're in the right place if you want to do that organically. That's what we talk about here on Traffic Keys. And yesterday I did a video and we talked about, or I revisited the topic, which I'll do from time to time for you guys, as to why I do all of this for free and kind of some of the history. And today I'm going to take it one step further and talk about why we're called traffic keys. Because clearly, if I'm saying there are keys to traffic, then we ought to talk about what those are, right? So there are three keys to traffic. And I want you to understand these three keys, okay, at a very high level, because you're going to see people out there trying to sell you services, trying to sell you things, products, and they will make all of these claims and promises about what you're going to get and how much it's going to help your business and how it's going to boost your this and raise your that, which is going to make you more money. But I want you to understand, if you don't have all three of these keys, if they're only selling you one, or if they're only selling you part of one, and you don't have all three in place, you're going to suffer. Period. Dot. Period. Dot. Okay? So let's go over the three keys once again. The first one, and arguably the most important one, because it drives everything else, and it's the one that you'll hear me spend a lot of time talking about because it's so important, is your audience. You must be obsessed with your audience, understanding your audience, knowing your audience, defining your audience, right? I told you guys yesterday that in a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing Audience Week. We're going to deep dive into the framework that I use to help brands figure out their audience, because it's absolutely key. Because if you don't know who you're talking to, it doesn't matter, because then no one's listening. So you've got to know who you are talking to. And it's not just, oh, I'm talking to anybody who wants to buy my service. That's not your audience. That's not it. That's not it at all. And if you think it is, then you definitely need to join me in a couple weeks when we do Audience Week, because we're going to break some of those stereotypes and some of those barriers down and show you that there is so much more to really understanding your audience. Now, why do we want to understand our audience so much? Well, we want to understand our audience because traffic key number 2 is your content. Once you know who you're talking to, you've got to know what you're talking to them about. And you've got to understand how to talk to them about that thing. So the second key to generating traffic, guys, that I'm teaching you guys frameworks inside of, is your content. Okay. And you see it there. I don't know about you guys, but I get it. There are a ton of even AI, artificial intelligence tools that exist right now that are being marketed. I mean, I get marketed to them all day long. Okay. Artificial intelligence tools that will say, we'll write content for you. We'll create content. Just give us a topic and we will write. Guess what? They're all crap. You know why? Because they don't understand your audience. They don't. If the content was calculus and you're explaining it to a 5-year-old versus you're explaining it to a mathematician, you would write about it differently, wouldn't you? You would talk about it differently, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. Yeah, you absolutely would. So, audience, the first key. Content, the second key. And the third key, which is the one that most people show up for, okay? This is what most people think they need. And most people think and come to me and they say, oh, I need to SEO my website. I need SEO. I need to master SEO and rankings. I need my page. Somebody actually said this to me um, not too long ago. Yeah, I just registered my domain like 2 months ago, and I put up the website a couple of weeks ago, and I don't understand why I'm not number one in Google yet. I don't understand why I'm not on page one and nobody can find me in Google yet. Yeah, that's not the way it works, right? And that's what most people come and they say, so I need SEO. They can't find me, so I need SEO. Well, technically, they're right. They do need SEO. However, SEO, search engine optimization, by itself is worthless unless you understand your audience, unless you understand your content. Then you can master SEO. You cannot master SEO, search engine optimization, because just think about it for a moment. What is search engine optimization? Search engine optimization is convincing Google that you have content that certain people want to read and need. So if you don't know the people and you don't know the content, you can't master SEO. It just can't happen. Okay. So I get that's why most people show up and they think that's the key to organic traffic, because that's what media sells us. You see ads all the time that tell you rank number one in Google, get on first page in Google, drive organic traffic. We're going to help you do all this wonderful stuff. And guess what? They're all lying to you. They are all lying to you unless they're going to make sure that you understand your audience, that you master the content for that audience, then and only then can we master SEO. So those are the three keys to traffic, guys. Now, within these three keys, in each one of those keys, I've got about 8 or 9 frameworks that I'm going to be teaching you guys over time inside of each one of these keys. And these frameworks, when you stack the frameworks up, that's how we then master each key and master organic traffic. You fail on one of them and they'll all crumble. Okay? They'll all crumble. Let me give you this illustration in a different way. Think of it this way. These are keys, right? I don't even have keys here on my desk. I wish I had keys. I need props. Think of a key. A key opens a door, right? So there are 3 doors that are locked in a row. 3 doors that are locked in a row. And inside the third door is all the money and customers that you want. And so you have to go and unlock door number 1, then unlock door number 2, and then unlock door number 3 in order to get to the inner room where all the money and all the money and customers that you want is or are. Somebody correct my grammar on that. Is or are, I don't remember. And so if you're missing one of those keys, you'll never get in there. If your site is struggling, if your business is struggling right now and you can't get enough people to your website, it's because you're missing one of these keys. And so when you evaluate someone who tells you, hey, hire us, we can help you. Hire us, we'll make your website sing and we'll bring people to your site. Remember these words. If they're not focused on who your ideal customer is, if they're not focused on helping you create content that resonates with your ideal customer, they cannot help you unlock that third door. They can't do it. It's not possible. It just isn't. Okay? So, guys, those are the 3. No, that's 6. I always do that. I put 2 hands up. I know podcasters, y'all can't see me do that, but I'm putting 2 hands up, showing 3 on both. That's 6, not 3. Those are the 3 keys. Your audience, content, and SEO. You've got to master all of them. That's what I'm going to be teaching you here at Traffic Keys. That's what we talk about. Everything that I talk about fits inside of a framework, inside of one of those keys. That's what you're here to learn. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you've given me this opportunity and this audience to be able to share some of this stuff with you. So, guys, once again, thank you for being here on Traffic Keys. I am Atiba, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.